Lu Qing he looked around excitedly and burst out, "Ah, everything here is already great. If only there were some fried chicken and Coca-Cola, it'd be perfect." Lu Xing reached for the control console and smiled. "If you want something, order it yourself from the console. They have everything." He then glanced at Dong Qing. She hugged her stomach and frowned, looking unwell. Seeing something off, Lu Xing's worry showed as he asked, "What's wrong? Are you feeling sick?" Dong Qing's cheeks flushed. She lowered her head and hesitated. It's nothing. I'll be fine in a bit." Lu Xing stared at her for a moment, thinking she must have overdone it last night, pushed herself too hard. Fireworks bloomed across the sky, the noise disrupting his train of thought. Lu Qing he shielded his eyes from the glare and beamed, "Wow, the match is about to start." Starships filled the sky, and Lu Xing muttered to himself as he watched. Across these 12 regions there are tens of millions of level 10s under 1,000 years old. Is that a lot or not? The preliminaries through the semifinals will take several days until the final contestants finish. Matches run continuously. The ships descended and the contestants disembarked immediately. The battle chamber was divided into many rooms for the competing pairs. Once one match finished, the next team took their place, so the audience never grew bored, and it was safe. Participants preferred to wear special penetrating lenses that measured combat strength. During fights, they put them on to gauge an opponent's power. The lenses could estimate the opponent's combat level. If the gap was small, they would fight. If it was too large, they'd concede outright, avoiding heavy casualties. Lu Xing looked down and thought, this is just another customary way of testing martial skill across the stars. Boring. Half a day later, Lu Xing felt he'd seen enough. He took his family to eat and rest, leaving only Lin Jinyu and the other martial saints behind. None of them left. Lu Qinghe and Jing Yufan waved goodbye to Lin Jinyu's group and then left. Lin Jinyu's group excitedly watched the battles and cheered. Opportunities like this were rare. To see level 10 powerhouses from different species clash across the galaxy was thrilling. They only regretted having just a single pair of eyes to watch with. Afterwards, Lu Xing's group went to the Hunter's Restaurant, a uniquely decorated eatery. Lu Qinghe squinted at the huge Hunter's sign outside and asked, puzzled, "Brother, why is this place called that?" "It's weird." Lu Xing remembered the rumors and answered, "I heard the food across this restaurant's main world are from prey transformed into delicacies. Martial cultivators on this planet mainly hunt to acquire tasty meat. Consuming these gourmet prizes helps them rank up." He led the way and everyone followed closely. "Their martial experts are even called culinary hunters," he added with a smile. Lu Qinghe's eyes lit up. Unbelievable. She grabbed Lu Xing's hand and, together with Jing Yufan, pulled him into the restaurant. Various races on both sides greeted them warmly, calling out, "Welcome, immortal count of the highest honor." At the door, the identification system had already transmitted Lu Xing's status, and he was quickly accorded the restaurant's top treatment. Even the owner came out of the kitchen to greet them respectfully and invited Lu Xing to his seat. Just as Lu Xing was about to sit, a hand suddenly blocked his chest, stopping him. Banglong appeared and stared at him. "Wait a moment." Her face was sullen as she continued, "Lu Xing, last time you refused to fight me." She drew the blade at her side as she spoke. "This time you won't have any more excuses, right?" Lu Qinghe frowned, confused and worried. "Huh, who is she?" Lu Xing smiled, eyes curved, trying to reassure them. Nothing. Just an acquaintance." Then he glanced at her. His eyes were cloaked in spiritual power and a dangerous killing intent. Spiritual power surged from him, and his face darkened with anger. Using sound transmission, he said, "Don't you have a mother? Didn't you see I'm taking my family out to eat? Do you really want to get beaten like that? Fine, wait for me at the restaurant door. After I finish eating, I'll fight you anytime." When Lu Xing's words reached her ears, Banglong finally noticed the family walking with him. She turned to look at them, her face going blank. Jing Yufan smiled, eyes curved, and said, "Lu Xing, is she your friend? If she is, let's all eat together." Realizing she'd been rude, Banglong bowed respectfully and apologized, "Sorry I disturbed you." Lu Xing watched her retreating figure and thought to himself, this woman really is infuriating. He frowned, anger flashing in his eyes. He'd originally tolerated her out of respect for the counselor, but he felt like punching her once to feel better. Music played through the restaurant as servers formed a line and brought dish after dish to Lu Xing's table. One attendant carefully took from a box an object that looked like a monster's hollowed-out skull turned into a bowl. The thing was placed on the tray before Lu Xing, and it made a faint rustling noise as if it were still alive. A moment later the shell cracked, hairline fractures spreading everywhere. When the ugly outer shell shattered into pieces, it revealed a bowl of fragrant flower-scented soup that looked downright tempting. Lu Xing and the others watched in surprise. Lu Xing's eyes lit up and he laughed. The hunter's restaurant food may not be the most delicious in the universe, but it's definitely the freshest. Now I finally get what they mean, this is truly fresh. A lavish spread was quickly laid out, and everyone began chatting happily. Lu Dahai sampled the food and praised it with delight. Well done, dozens of dishes, all served in minutes. Their speed is incredible. Lu Xing bit into a drumstick and thought to himself, this is what fresh food should be, cooked just now and still piping hot. Looking at the pre-prepared dishes, he scoffed inwardly. Surely they wouldn't serve 2-year-old broccoli to customers. Forget the pre-made stuff. Enjoy these fresh dishes properly, he told himself. Lu Qin he sat beside him excitedly taking photos. I forgot to record a video for my friends, she said. Lu Xing pulled up his screen to operate the console and, while at it, decided to look up some information about Banglong. What he saw made him widen his eyes in surprise. On her profile board under her picture was the line, Banglong, orphan of the battlefield star. Lu Xing stared a moment, thinking, she really has no mother? Not only that, she didn't even have a close friend. She had lived alone for over 900 years, was poor at socializing, and besides ascetic training, her only real interest was good food. No wonder. Lu Xing lowered his gaze and summed it up bluntly. She's a reclusive ascetic cultivator from the void with a strange personality and extremely low EQ. Meeting her twice anywhere would be enough, she still wants to duel me. Muttering to himself, he thought, well, explanations aside, if she dares that again next time, I'll have to give her a proper beating. He raised a large piece of meat to his mouth and chewed happily, still determined inside. Next time she dares act like that, he would beat her thoroughly.